everyone, I'm Anthony Molinaro.
And I'm Timothy Jagger from O'Brien Real Estate with the first edition of the Property News of 2025. Now, being in the year 2025 marks as being a quarter of the way into the century, and we wish you all the health and happiness for the new year ahead.
Now, looking at the monthly home index for December, as reported by CoreLogic, you'll see that December 2024 capped off a lacklustre year for Victoria, with metropolitan Melbourne pulling back 0.7% on median home prices and regional Victoria pulling back 0.3%. The next graph, also from CoreLogic Home Index report, reveals the performance of the major states and territories across Australia over the year of 2024. You'll notice that Perth was the best performer in 2024, producing 19.1% growth in median home prices, with Melbourne unfortunately faring the worst with a retraction of 3% for the year. Now, nationally, rents had their smallest quarterly rise since 2018. Melbourne Units was the second best performing rental yield sector across the nation, recording a 4.8% yield, with Darwin the strongest with the largest yield of 7.9%.
Which is phenomenal. The US Federal Reserve continued its interest rate cuts again in December. The US started cutting rates in September with a 0.5% interest rate cut, followed by another 0.25% interest rate cut in November. And on December 19th, they cut again 0.25%, and they now have a cash rate of 4.25%, which is now lower than Australia's.
Which is great. The big news globally, though, is the new US President-elect taking office on the 20th of January, and all eyes will be on what tariffs are imposed on imports. Reports are that tariffs will range anywhere from 60 to 100%, and these tariffs could place inflationary pressure on the local US markets, could lead to central banks pausing further rate cuts. Now, President Trump will also be pushing his pro-growth policies for personal and business tax cuts and on increased focus on AI.
Now, looking locally, Ryan Felsman, Chief Economist of CommSec, believes the government spending in Australia is really pushing the economy forward. He predicts 1.8% growth to our economy in 2025, and our inflation is moderating, our unemployment rate is the lowest in 48 years, and Australia is also more open to trade, with the Aussie dollar hovering around 60 US cents, which is the lowest in 2 years.
Now, two new property taxes start from the 1st of January 2025. The 7.5% tax on short-term accommodation comes in, as well as the new land tax for vacant residential properties, also the abbreviation being VRLT. The Victorian government introduced the VRLT to help address the lack of housing supply, and it applies to residential land with an existing home on it that is vacant for more than 6 months in the calendar year preceding the tax year, that is, as well as the residential land with a home on it that has been under construction or renovation for 2 years or more, plus a home on it that has been uninhabitable for 2 years or more.
The VRLT for the 1st of January 2026 onwards may also apply to unimproved residential land in metropolitan Melbourne, meaning land without any housing that has remained undeveloped for at least 5 years and is capable of residential development.
Now, further useful and beneficial housing reforms are on the way for Victorians, with the passing of the bill through the Victorian Parliament in late November. The changes affect three main areas: the permanent residential rental market, increased obligations for real estate professionals, and adjustments to planning and development regimes. More information can be found via the link below, which is supplied by the Real Estate Institute of Victoria.
Now, that's all for this month, but thank you for taking the time to watch it. Remember that the information provided is of a general nature, and you should always seek independent legal, financial, taxation or other advice in relation to your unique circumstances. And until next month, it's bye for now.